And she was born in...
She was born in 21.
You still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Hand me that calculator. Yeah, can I use it? Okay, please hand me the calculator. Yeah,
okay. And can you tell me where she grew up?
In Delray Beach, D-E-L-R-A-Y, Delray Beach, Florida.
Okay. And you said she participated in an armory factor during World War II?
Or maybe it was the Korean War. It's any war, right?
The what?
You want any war, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Let me see. The Korean War was June 1950. It was a war between, okay. Alright, so that was the Korean War. I don't think she did. World War II was, ended in 1945. Yeah, it was World War II.
Alright then.
I'm checking all my information on the computer.
Yeah. Now can you see factory?
She went to work, came to Florida. There was no work because they did work in the field, picking beans, peas, and stuff. They did agriculture work. And so during the change, they came to, and it's an ammunition plant.
Okay.
We are still short millions of hands. We must call upon women. All over the United States, women are called upon to leave their homes and take jobs. Among our young unmarried women and among older women whose children are grown, we have a large reserve. They discover that factory work is usually no more difficult than housework. Employers find that women can do many jobs as well as men, some jobs better. Tens of thousands of women are already at work in aircraft. More are being added as fast as they apply. This solves the breadwinning problem for many families whose men are at war. The government's policy is that women should get the same pay that men get for similar work. Where necessary, machinery is adapted for women's use. When a hand drill weighs heavily on feminine muscles, the lazy arm drill is introduced to take off the strain. When married women with small children have to take jobs, everything possible will be done to provide day care for the children.
Now you said the ammunition plant was in Delaware, right?
Yes.
So she...
no, I'm sorry.
So she would have had to leave Florida to go to this ammunition factory?
Yes, they stayed. They didn't go back and forth every day. They moved here and stayed and worked. And then when it was over, when they was finished or whatever, or when the plant closed, then they would go back.
But your grandmother didn't go back to Florida.
No, she ended up staying because her mother was in the plant, and her mother had to be hospitalized. She hurt her arm. And during the time that molesting, getting better or whatever, she met a man and ended up marrying him and ended up staying.
And how did she hurt her arm?
In one of the machines. Her arm got caught in one of the machines.
So hospital's care wasn't that exceptional back then.
Right. site.
Introducing Mrs. Beatrice Jennings of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, twice a grandmother, who's doing her part to keep 'em flying. Preparing a dinner for 9 is all in the day's work for Mrs. Jennings, and in between, while she's resting, she turns out the family wash and then sets out for her really big and important job, welding propeller blades at the Beaver Curtiss-Wright plant, a job she learned to do in just 5 weeks' time. More men and women are urgently needed for this vital and important work of welding propeller blades for our fighter planes. Blades to keep 'em fighting. Blades for victory. You too can learn quickly to do this interesting war work and contribute your share to victory. Get in the fight. Join Curtiss-Wright. New modern housing within easy walking distance of the Curtiss-Wright plant. Apply now at the Curtiss-Wright Beaver Plant Employment Office or your nearest War Manpower Commission Employment Service Office.
Fill the form.
Was this a lasting effect or did it ever get fixed?
No, it was a lasting effect. It was like that for the rest of her life.
Oh. More question. Well, can you tell me what happened after we closed down?
Yeah, I guess after the war was over in 85,
Can you elaborate on that?
What's the ammunition? What do you want me to elaborate on?
What she had done after...
It's the change of shift at the Curtiss-Wright propeller plant at Beaver, Pennsylvania. Say, what goes on here? Is it socially correct for a lady welder to kiss a fellow worker in front of everybody in the war plant? Well, in this case, not even Emily Post would object, because the lady welder and the machinist are husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Samuel Lamb, and they are about to depart for their respective jobs in the same war production plant. Mrs. Lamb welds propeller blades in the Curtiss-Wright plant at Beaver, Pennsylvania, while Mr. Lamb is a lathe operator turning out blades for our fighting planes. At lunchtime, they eat together in the plant's modern cafeteria. And in the evenings, they enjoy a real American home life with their 3 daughters, aged 11, 13, and 15. Yes, it's families like this working together that help win the battle of home front war production. More such husband and wife teams are urgently needed in vital war work today. You too can do your part. Get in the fight. Join Curtiss-Wright. New modern housing within easy walking distance of the Curtiss-Wright plant. Apply now at the Curtiss-Wright...
And her husband did construction work, did day's work, which was like housework, cleaning houses.
Now, back to the people that injured in the factory. Did this happen often to people?
No. Yeah, no, I'm not that sure. But I don't think that many people got hurt in the plant. I don't know.
So you're not... So it was kind of just bad luck for your grandmother?
It happened to my great-grandmother. Oh, okay. I was trying to see if the ammunition plant came up on the computer, but the ammunition plant. So I don't see one for the accidents and disasters. Ammunition plant facilities. Yes, I'm still here. I was looking to see if I could see anything about the ammunition plant here in Elton, Maryland. Nothing. So, I guess that's it. Then you don't have no more questions.
No, not really. All right.
Talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay.